Hey, Beth, welcome. Uh-oh, can you guys hear me? I'm not getting anything. Uh-oh. Hello?
Hi.
Okay, good. They're getting some voice there. How's it all go? How's it going?
Great.
Good. So,
Oh,
again, a little bit late today. Wow, there's a large group here, which is just fantastic. So,
Happy birthday.
thanks, guys. Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks so much. Kids are excited to celebrate my birthday. I don't know why. They're just
hello.
You guys hear me okay?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? I'm sorry. Are you?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hey, Phyllis. Hey. So we have Bonnie. Beth, how are you doing?
Great. I'm down 5 pounds this week, and my
Brilliant.
total is 23 pounds. And
How great is that?
I'm
I mean, you look.
1, 2, 3.
You look great. Again, Beth. I mean, you look fantastic. 23 pounds. My goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited. But I'm a pound under my goal that I had.
Brilliant.
But I want to keep going, but it's hard because I'm staying, but
Good.
I don't know when to stop, but you said we'll know. So
You will know. And here's the thing. I mean, just remember, as long as you've got reserves that you can see and feel on your body, you've got reserves. And I very strongly doubt that you have so little reserves that you are afraid that they're going to get used up before your next meal. I mean, there's just no way, right? No. So we've got lots of extra room. Now, of course, I also don't want you just plain bony. So usually what I do is I like to get down to, maybe ideally, maybe a quarter inch fat around the belly, or, less than an inch, half an inch, quarter, somewhere around there. So that really is our best way of quantifying the intra-abdominal fat that does so much inflammatory damage to the body. So that's where I'm saying, remind me, what's your height and weight right now?
5'4", 124.
So your goal was what, 125 initially, or what did you say? 125, okay.
Before I had kids, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, everything from this point on is just icing on the cake. I mean, from a BMI standpoint, you're right in smack in the middle of normal, maybe a little bit on the low end of normal, which is all great. At this point, it's just icing on the cake all the way through till you get down to a BMI of 18, 18.5, somewhere in there. There again, there's no exact number that's right for you. You'll feel it. You'll get to the point where you say, I love this weight, and maybe you'll decide to hang out there for a few months. But over that next few months, you might just sort of toy with a little bit of a lower weight. And maybe you do play with it a little bit, but you just don't like it. So then maybe you go up a little bit, and you sort of, sort of with time, you'll get a feel for what weight really just feels right for you. The key thing, though, is you know how to lose weight. And because of that, you've got control. So you can go up or down at your will, and you really will get a sense of where your body functions best. For me, I know that I'm here, and I've been here for many years now. But if I go down even just 3 pounds, I don't like it. I can't explain why. I can't put my finger exactly why. But also, if I go up 3 pounds, I don't like that either. So I know that I am right where my body wants to be. And I don't know how to tell you what that number is going to be. All I can say is that with time, once you're there and you've played with it a little bit, you've gone up, you've gone down, it's your will, you're gonna know exactly what that number is for you. My guess is, for you at your height, it'll be somewhere around 110 to 115. That's my feeling. But just, have fun with it. Maybe a little bit lower.
Well, I'm gonna go at least 5 or 6, so I have a cush.
Yeah, for sure. And keep going. And it's kind of fun because what you do is you feel like you're pushing the envelope a little bit. You're sort of challenging almost nature in a sense to just, see how far you can go, but it's all good. That's what I want you to remember, that the more you get off, the healthier it is for you, despite what you hear other people out there say. And especially those close friends of yours, close family and friends who might be overweight themselves, you're going to start hearing things like, oh, you can't do what you're doing. It's unhealthy. Well, no, actually, it's the exact opposite. For every pound that you lose, it actually gets healthier and healthier. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it and confirm it to yourself to the point where you'll just simply ignore all of the naysayers out there. You just will. You're just like, there's no way that someone can convince me that what I'm doing is unhealthy because it just feels so healthy. And you'll know it. You'll see it. So, but you look great. I mean, you look fantastic. So what about your family? What do they think? Are they on board?
Oh, nobody's usually, I'm down a pound. I made my goal.
Yay.
They're supportive, and my sister's on board. She's doing it, and
good.
All my neighbors. I've got 3 neighbors now, all asking, and
I love it.
Yeah,
that's how the word gets around.
I just had a question.
Sure.
The only concern I have is that at dinner time, instead of having a plate, I like to taste all the different stuff now. So I kind of just go in the pantry. I take a bite of this. I take a bite of that.
Great.
That's okay?
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll, I mean, like for me, I mean, certainly, I mean, as you get closer, once you get down to your goal, whatever, you'll just sort of figure it out. I certainly don't count bites. I have no idea how many bites I take. I know one thing, it's a hell of a lot more than 5, right? For me. I mean, I guess.
You don't do breakfast because in your book, even in the maintenance part.
I don't do breakfast often, except maybe once a week or so. I'll do like I'll go to a breakfast place. So maybe once a week on the weekends, with family.
Do you suggest that? Do you recommend
that? It's up to you.
It's
up to you. I mean, like for example, we just got back from Alaska. I was up in Alaska this summer, and almost every day I had breakfast. It's not my routine, but I did it. So I just made a little, but believe it or not, even though I was on a cruise ship and I was up in Alaska and I had breakfast every day, I didn't gain a pound, didn't lose a pound. I just stayed perfectly even keel. And I think I just know so well sort of my weight and how to maintain it. So maybe I had breakfast and I had a smaller lunch than I would normally have, or no lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'd have a smaller dinner than normal and a smaller lunch, and all sort of evened out. I mean, it's just, but it's automatic almost. I can't. You'll get a sense of how it works.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, I breakfast if you want to. I just personally like to have sometimes larger meals when I do eat. Therefore, I keep it to 2 meals a day, and I'll have I like my lunch, I like my dinner, and that's it. So.
Okay, and
except I do get a coffee in the morning. Go ahead. With lots of sugar in it, or carbon. Go ahead. Sorry.
I have a ton of clothes. I can't wear anything anymore.
I love it. I love it. So then now more than ever, heed my advice. Okay. Don't buy anything.
Okay.
Just don't. You're going to hate it if you do. Because you are at the point where, those 5 pounds that you want to lose or 10 pounds to lose are a dress or 2 in sizes, right? It's at least 1 or 2 sizes right there alone.
Right.
I mean, every pound that you lose now makes a huge difference in your body's morphology. But let's say you lose 5 pounds and then there's just this little bit, you want to push a little bit further, and you're going to just pull your hair out if you just went and bought new clothes. Trust me on this. Let's wait on that. Just keep cinching things up. Get excited about the finish line. But this also is why I encourage people to push hard. If you really want to drop another, say, 5 or 10 pounds, let's call it 10. You really want to drop 10 pounds, then do it fast, do it hard, and let's get it done. Okay? Let's just get there. Let's just hurry up and get there, do it fast. And then once you've been there and you've been maintaining that for a while, go ahead and then you can go out and get some new clothes. Here's the other thing that you were talking about as far as eating and going to the pantry and just, getting a bunch of different things. I think it's a great way to eat. I mean, there's a gourmet restaurant here in Burbank where that's just it. They serve a little teeny tiny portions, but they're each like a small hors d'oeuvre, but you can order a bunch of these different things and that's your meal. I love that idea. So yeah, I mean, to really get a good experience in, try a lot of different flavors. Recognize though that once you got a bite or 2 of something, you've had it. Really eating more bites would serve no purpose. So rather spend your bites on trying new and different things.
Yeah.
Preferably things you've never had before. Wow, what a neat idea is that, right?
Yes.
Great fun. I mean, you're doing brilliant. I think it sounds really good.
Well, thanks.
So, yay! Congratulations on reaching your goal. I think that's fantastic. But let's turn it down. Let's go down. Let's turn it down maybe to Well, 115, then we'll talk again, okay? So push hard to 115.
Oh, okay.
Don't get, but here's the thing. It is hard. It's like, oh my God, I've come this far. How much have you lost so far?
23.
Brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's a huge accomplishment. So nine more pounds isn't that much more when you really think about it. On the other hand, it's always not fun, or it's always a challenge, or it's always difficult for some people. So here's my thing. Let's just do it and get it done. But oh my God, think about it. When you're there, it is an absolute extraordinary transformation. You've done something that but a handful of people can do, have done. Think about it in our entire country, right? I mean, it's monumental. It's extraordinary, the achievement. So think about that and let that carry you through to the finish line. It's just not that much more when you put everything in perspective. It's another 9 pounds.
I know.
Come on, it's difficult, it's hard. Taste and love the things that you do taste when you have that opportunity, but just leave the rest there. Let's just finish this project once and for all.
Okay.
All right. You're doing so good. Don't let off the gas pedal just yet.
I'm not. I can't.
Good.
I can't.
Good. I love it.
So.
I love it. So I think it's great. I think you're doing great.
Thank you.
So let's move on. How's anybody else have any questions, first of all?
I have a question that I emailed you, so I don't know if this isn't the right forum to ask about it, but other people might have that question.
Okay, good.
When my membership ran out, and I had to re-up it, my weight tracker went back down to like I was a new member. So that's happened like 4 times. So today I was because I'm trying to be more active in the forums and things. So I wanted to put it from the date I started back in May. So that many weeks and how much I've lost. Is there a way to do that or no? Do you know?
I need to talk to my web guy, Chris, about this. Because I totally agree. You're saying that you were part of a member, whatever, membership. How long had you lapsed before you re-upped again?
Like I did it the same day. The last 2 times I did it, it said, "Do you want to extend your membership?" And I said yes, and it just carried over.
And then there's no problem.
Right, but the first 2 times I think it was, or maybe just the first one time, I had to like start from like a whole new person.
But not if you re-up. It's not.
Now I just
fresh, right?
But the first time it was like I had never been on it before. So I never even started the weight tracker again the second time because I had already lost a month of stuff.
I hear what you're saying.
So I want to be able to, because when you click on, This
is my advice. I'm going to tell you what I would do. Just go back to week 0 or week 1, whatever. Put your starting weight in from 3 months ago, whatever it was. And then just try and figure out as best you can. If you can remember, the first month I might have lost, 12 pounds or 15 pounds.
I have it all written down. I know what it is. Yeah.
And then just fill it in. Just start from week 1 and then go to week 2 and then, how much weight you would have lost roughly, just on average.
I don't think it lets you do that. I think,
you can.
It goes by the date that you joined. So it thinks I'm in week 2 right now. I can't override the default week. It won't let me go beyond week 2. It won't let me put in like week.
Can't you just go select new week? And it shows,
it's a default.
Right. It won't go beyond the number. Okay.
Yeah, it looks at the date. Well, it's no big deal. I just didn't. Maybe it was simple, and I just didn't know how to do it.
You know what? There is no easy way then.
Okay.
It isn't. No but I can talk to Chris about it and see if we can find another way around it. But you're right, there isn't.
Time travel.
That's right. Time travel in the future. Now, there's just that. You know what? You're right. It's going to be difficult the way that the program's written. I can just see it now.
Okay. It's no big deal.
But
I just wanted to be more involved in the forum and get my information in there.
On the other hand, what you could do is you could start off with your starting week 1 could be your starting weight.
Yeah.
Week 2 could be your current weight. And even though it'll show you lost like
30 something pounds
in 1 week, whatever, you can maybe make the adjustment as the weeks go on Then you can go back and change week 2 and week 3 to represent a little bit less weight loss. And then as week 4, you can go back and adjust them all again and sort of even it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could. That's another way of doing it, I think. I'm just trying to think, of different possibilities. So, yeah, I'll have to get in touch with them about that, but I'm going to make a little note right now. I know I've discussed this with him before, and he said there's no easy way around that. So, but I'll bring it up with him here. Let me just, where did I have my notes to him? Oh, here we go. Okay, good. Okay, so that one's done. All right.
I had written in the forum, I think it's funny when you talk about not buying clothes, and I can see if you just have like 10 more pounds to lose. Yeah. But I had written somewhere, because if I were wearing my clothes now,
I read that. Which is funny. So I hear you. But here's my thing then. This is what I recommend for my patients who are in your shoes. Buy 1 or 2 outfits and wear them over and over and over again. I mean, I know you just have to. Come on. Otherwise, you're going to be spending so much money.
I know. Because my weight doesn't go down a lot. It seems like pounds, but size, definitely. I went yesterday. I'm in size 10.
Okay. That's great. I think that's great.
So, but I'm not going to buy any more now. I'll wear baggy ones for a while.
Right. Remember that your weight continues to shift. So when even though the scale won't show a big weight loss, after you have lost weight, you may plateau in terms of weight loss, but because the fat is shifting around your body, your waist may get smaller, or certain things may get smaller, whatever. So that's all good. That's all fine. Probably what's happening is that we're emptying out the gut, and that's filling back up again. So, okay, that you've lost the weight, but unfortunately, we still got to go until our stomach is flat. So just keep fighting.
Yeah, I still have 50 pounds.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I mean, I think you've done great. That sounds really fantastic. So.
Yeah, I feel good. I made it because I was taking days off here and there on purpose, but then pretty much on the weekends I would. But this past week, I was like, I have to stop doing this. This is taking too long.
It's taking too long. And remember this. And as long as you give yourself the okay to maybe blow it next week, it gives you the comfort to be really strict this week. And then next week comes and you say, all right, I'll be strict again this week. Maybe I'll blow it next week, but that's okay if I do.
Right.
You always just give yourself that out. It allows you to be better more of the time, I think.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about, just sort of the intrinsic nature of the diet. It's very free. It gives you the ability to literally eat whatever you want. And frankly, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's all about volume. Try and keep it small though.
Right.
So, keep the volume, keep the volume constant, so that after we tough it out those first few days, it really is. It's a fast forward rush to the finish line, when it's done correctly. So is that Sokran? How are you doing?
Yeah, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
I'm
okay.
Stephanie. Yeah.
Okay. I just know you by Skokran. So it sounds like you did really well. You lost 9 pounds your first week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Right? Fantastic.
I feel good.
I lost you there, Stephanie. So say something. Say blah.
Blah.
Oh, good. So I can see you. Okay, very good.
Okay.
So I mean, what do you think? I mean, like, this has been a week now.
Yes.
How hungry are you?
I've gotten past the hunger now.
See, that's it. So here's my thing. Oh my gosh. I mean, did like the light bulb go off where you can see, oh my gosh, this is actually happening? All I have to do is keep one foot going in front of the other. And if I do nothing else, I'm going to be in spectacular shape. I mean, can you see that this is absolutely going to happen?
Yes, I do.
The trick part is, how do you keep one foot going in front of another all the time? Because there's so many pressures and temptations to veer off course, right? There's so many out there, but that's part of life. And believe it or not, those are always going to be there. So my thought is this: look, let's just stay focused this short segment of time of your life. I mean, a really short stint, all put in perspective. It's nothing. Let's just stay focused. Let's finish this job And oh my gosh, then that gives us so much more time to really love our new self. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you 100%. I think this is helping me. Watching your chats.
Do they help?
Yes.
Here's my only thing with the chats. I mean, you got to admit, they're pretty, so often, I mean, it's great. It gives me a chance to answer individual questions. But so often, it's sort of the same thing over and over again. But let's face it, I mean, this whole process is very simple. There just isn't much else to say. It's simple. Just eat a really, really, really small volume. Keep your volume constant. You're absolutely going to get to the finish line. You're done. Then you get to play with how much you do get to eat at that point, right? And you're never limiting the wonderful flavor of foods that are out there. So it's how many different ways can we say that and reiterate that? And how can we keep you on track? And it's, but I think, I don't know if it helps, great. That's what I'm here for.
No, I got your book back in June. I did it for 2 weeks. I did not do exactly 100% 5 bites for 2 meals. And that's why I started this back in August, last Monday. It was my way of being true to the diet.
Good. So. But here's my thing. I also feel that even though it seems at first harder to be more perfect with the diet or more exact with the diet, my feeling is it actually makes the diet easier. Because if you're very, very regimented in eating 5 bites and only 5 bites and just absolutely stopping after that 5th bite, literally, it's just easier on the body. You're not as hungry. You get into the routine. The results are extraordinary. They're dramatic. It just makes everything flow so much more easily. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that the case?
Yes. No, that's the case 100%. I agree with you.
So
it's so much easier now.
And, I've got so many patients that come in and see me and say, oh, it's just too hard. I'll see that they drop 2 pounds in a week. And I'm like, no kidding, it's hard. You're making it hard. You're making it hard by not doing the diet. If you would just do it, then it would go from being, okay, maybe really tough for a day or two to just frankly being quite manageable. And once you're there, it's exciting more than anything else because you can see the future and you can't wait to get there. So how much more do you have to lose?
11, I want to get down to 125. So that's 11 more pounds.
That's nothing. I mean, that's like a week. That's just nothing. I mean, it's a little bit more than a week. Do you really think you're going to stop there or maybe you're going to let me push you a little bit further?
I think I could go 5 more pounds. So I've said 16, but and this is my science question to you. I have a lot of muscle on my body.
Good.
And I just naturally had a lot.
Okay.
And I think I was in aerobics. I taught aerobics and all that stuff for like 15 years.
Okay. So you're going to have that muscle memory.
I have a lot of muscle and I don't want to eat into that, like you said.
You won't. You won't eat into it. As long as there's fat on your body, you're not going to eat into it at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So we just go until, but that's the thing. We go until the weight, the extra weight around the belly is gone. But then you're done. And so that's why everybody's ultimate number, I can never exactly predict. It's a rough estimate, but everybody's different because like you might have more muscle mass on your body than somebody who hasn't been an aerobics instructor. And everyone's different. And then, you get some of your guys who are really big and bulky. It's funny. I had this one guy, I love the story, but it's sort of an interesting addendum to this story, but he comes in and I hadn't met the guy. I'm just looking at the chart and he's 6'2", tall, 220 pounds. I'm like, I'm going to have some fun because this guy really, even though he's 6'2", he absolutely is going to need to lose weight. Right.
Yeah.
And came in and I saw him and we met and there was no way this guy needed to lose weight. He's actually one of the models for Men's Muscle and Fitness magazine. Okay. Absolutely ripped. There's just no fat around his belly. However, we've been working together now for several years, just for various other things. But he's gone into acting, believe it or not. How funny is that, right? So he's going to appear on this show called New Girl. Have any of you guys ever seen New Girl?
No.
New Girl with
I've heard
Zoe.
of it.
What's that? It's a great show.
I've heard of it.
We love it. Anyway, he's going to be on this show. He's going to play Zoe's boyfriend. But he's actually had to trim down for this thing, and he knows how. Because we've talked about sort of briefly talked about it. And he looks great. Oh my God! I mean, who would have thought this guy could have actually looked better by losing more weight? But he does. It just looks great.
So he did it. He did the 5 bite.
Yeah, not a modified version. Everyone, because he didn't have that much to lose. He really didn't. his extra weight must though be internal, because I mean you just can't see it on the outside.
Yeah.
So, but everybody's different. My point is that everybody's different, because normally when I see someone who's 6'2", I'm thinking 150, 160, somewhere in there. So when you come in at 220, I'm like, oh my goodness, we've got a lot of extra weight. This guy did not.
His muscle.
Yeah, just muscle.
I have a question that I think Stephanie actually had talked about on the forum, and I still experience it. Why is it that it's difficult to sleep while doing this?
You know what? It's across the board. And it's what I see across the board. I think.
Why do you think?
Is it excitement? Is it adrenaline? Maybe it's a little bit of an adrenaline rush. I know that we're certainly dropping this inflammatory level in our body, and inflammation tends to tire us out, slow us down. We gain weight. Think of it as being like hypothyroid is a very inflammatory state. But when we do the opposite, when we lose weight, it's just the exact opposite effect. So we have a lot of energy. Once we get over the hump of focusing on hunger, over the hunger, you're going to find that you actually have a lot of energy. And as a result, part of it is you just don't sleep a lot. But that's great. It's funny because you'll wake up after maybe having gotten 2 hours less than you normally do. And strangely enough, you're not that hungry and you have a ton of energy. And it's a great thing. So if your body doesn't need you to sleep, I think that's great. The only downside is when you're up, you start thinking about food, but just.
Yeah, at night it's not good. It's good in the morning, but at night when you need to go to sleep and you can't because you feel like, all revved up.
Yeah. I hear you. But then you do fall asleep, and then when you wake up in the new morning, it's a new, it's a new day. It's a whole new day. And so here's the other thing that's interesting. You may go through the day having really been good following the 5 bites. Maybe you just had 10 bites that day. Brilliant. You'll go to bed and you're hungry, and it's hard to fall asleep.
Yes.
But you wake up. This is what's interesting. You'll wake up and you actually won't be hungry at all. How is that possible that here you go another 8 hours without eating, and yet you wake up and there's no hunger whatsoever? Again, you're just setting the routine. The body's going to get hungry just before mealtime, but if you don't feed it, it just gets rid of it. You're just not hungry.
But if you get more sleep, more hours of sleep, does that help? If you get more hours of sleep, does that help with the weight loss?
It does. That's just more hours where you're not thinking about food, right?
But not physiologically.
Not physiologically. It doesn't do anything different than being awake. In fact, if anything, being awake, you burn more calories because you're awake. Your body's actually using a little bit more energy. You're producing a little bit more carbon. The trick part is, though, when we're awake, we start to think about food, and God forbid you actually go and you grab a little bite of something. Well, think about how much that costs in time of just breathing. So that's it. So who do we have here? Oh, Joy. This is you, Joy.
Hello.
Hey,
and muchacha.
I'm
good.
You've done great. So everyone's congratulated you on how you've done. Doesn't it feel good?
It does feel good.
And you're down another 4 pounds or so, right? Oh my God. Like 117, something around there.
29 since I started 5 Bite.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It is good. It is good. And yeah, just glad I didn't get some. I mean, I got some for the cruise, but not too many.
No, I think you're doing.
And just in this week, I've kind of gone from, some are a little bit loose to, smalls are too big. So you're right. Those last few pounds really pull it down fast.
It's going to make all the difference. And for me, I wear slacks and a shirt and tie, and I really want to look fit when I go to work. For me, those last few pounds make a huge difference in how my pants look. So, you really want to be at your goal, what you think is your goal, before you go and buy new clothes. Because the first time I thought I was done, I wasn't. Shed maybe 7 more pounds. But those pants that I was wearing just looked horrible on me. I mean, they were really baggy. I mean, it's like an extra inch around my waist. Don't follow my old example and heed my advice. You don't want to get clothes until you're ready. And then, though, when that does happen, reward yourself. Go out, buy some wonderful clothes. Just completely redo your wardrobe. It's a lot of fun.
Am I gonna have to go to Japan to get clothes because like extra smalls are fitting me now? Where do I get extra?
Are you kidding me?
I don't think that's gonna work.
Girls departments, and the clothes are usually.
Oh, Banana Republic.
What's that? Banana Republic.
Banana Republic runs large.
That's
extra small doesn't fit you from Banana Republic?
No, extra small is fitting me now from Banana Republic, and they run a little large.
Oh no, we're gonna lose the thing. For me, to be honest with you, I have not been able to find clothes that fit me. I did one time. I went in. My wife and I were at a place called Nordstrom. You know Nordstrom, right? Everyone knows Nordstrom. So they had a suit there. Was it? I guess it was an Armani. It was an Armani suit, and they are generally as a sort of a European, a little slimmer cut. This thing actually fit unbelievably well. I'm like, I got to get it because it was just there. It was the only one they had. Since that time, though, I've had to have my clothes tailored. So I just have a tailoring group now that just does them. And what I'll do is I'll pick out a fabric or a cloth that I like, and I'll say I just want a pair of pants in this or a shirt in that. So that's the way I do it, and I don't have to deal with the shopping. But if you enjoy shopping, then yeah, I guess this is the excitement of shopping, right? You get to go out there and sort of shop around and look for places that have things that fit you. I know that
because there's a big variation in sizes. I mean, like at Talbot's, a size 2 is too big in the waist.
Right.
But in a junior shop, then a size 5 pair of jeans might work.
Well, there you go. Just shop in junior shops. I mean, that's really great. And there's some great clothes there. And generally speaking, they're less expensive. It's a win-win, right? So I think that's great. And I know out here, obviously we've got we're sort of in the movie industry here in Burbank, and a lot of it around. There's a secondhand store just down the street where they sell secondhand clothes that the actresses and actors have worn. They're really small sizes generally, and they're cheap. But, I don't know if you guys have places like that. But anyway, no. I mean, I think it's great. Just, get the the youth or the girls' clothes. I think those will work out well. So anyway, yay! Congratulations! I'm so excited for you. So let's just keep.
I'm still moving, but
I don't know about your belly. I mean, what do you think? How much extra weight do you have around your belly?
It's hard to say. Maybe a couple of pounds. Maybe not that much. It's hard. It's a lot of it's skin still.
No, it's not. No. Skin is paper thin. Literally, if I take a piece of paper, okay, and I fold it in half, that's how much your skin would contribute to whatever it is that you can pinch. So
after having babies, right. I kind of got stretched out.
Again, skin is skin. It's not that thick. It's
but it's loose,
microns thick. So what is in there that you're pinching is literally fat tissue or connective tissue. It's just fat.
Now, I would love a demonstration on how do you do that pinch thing. I see the thing in the book, but I'm not sure.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. All right, I'm going to try. I can't see myself here, so I don't. Or do I? Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
We see you.
How come I can't see me? Let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. I can see me now. Okay, so I'm going to try and show you. Okay, so I don't want to get too crude or anything here. What I do is I grab a pretty wide area of my belly and I put it together. And pinch it. So I go all the way back up against the muscle. I take a wide thing, I go back against the muscle, and then I pinch. So I'm going all the way back, and I'm pinching, and then I'm pulling it out, and I'm just grabbing. I keep inching back all the way till I get right up against the muscle. I'm pulling everything out from the muscle. And I don't know if you guys can see, but that's just not a lot of weight.
Okay.
About a quarter of an inch, what I said. So, I mean, is there reserve? Plenty of reserve. I'm just saying that's there. And, of course, I'm not going to show you my, us men, we carry it in our back in our we call love handles, right? Plenty of extra back there. It's amazing that as light as I am, I have as much extra weight on my body as I do. But yet, as I said, if I go down a few few more pounds from this, it just doesn't feel right. So I know I'm just exactly where I should be. And let me tell you, there is nothing like being where you feel perfect. No, you don't have anything eating away at you. There's no desire whatsoever to lose another pound. I mean, so often we say, God, I should lose a couple pounds, or I should, lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. There's just none of that anymore. And let me tell you, it's amazing to be in those shoes. Because for so long, for a good 30 years of my life, I always had in the back of my mind, I really should lose another 5 pounds, or I really should lose another 10 pounds, whatever that number was that I thought I should lose. I have none of that anymore. And it provides such a different comfort level of living. I can't explain it, but I want you all to get there. I want you to experience what it feels like. It's amazing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you try it when you eat now? Are you mindful of eating healthy, or do you just eat whatever the heck you want? Like, not calorically, but just the health benefits.
Absolutely. It's funny. Now that I'm a lot thinner than I used to be, for whatever bizarre reason, I crave more variety, and I crave things that I wouldn't have craved before that do have a lot of nutritional value, or that have more, minerals and vitamins and things in them. But I'm, a fast food guy too. I like my, my In-N-Out burger.
I heard you say that before. That's what I was wondering.
So, I mean, I just get the mix in. And remember, what's important from us from a health standpoint isn't what we're taking in on a day-to-day basis at all. For adults, we should look at, have you gotten in the important building blocks, minerals and vitamins that your body needs over a month's period of time? So did you get in, I don't know how many, international units of vitamin E that you should theoretically get, but you look at your intake over a month's time. So if you got it all in one meal, you don't need to do it for the rest of the meals that month, type of thing. Mm-hmm. Your body just doesn't get rid of minerals and vitamins easily.
Oh, I have a question about vitamins.
Okay.
Should I have some labs done now that I've been doing this for a while, do you think? I mean, I can order labs and...
Yeah.
Just a comprehensive panel.
Yeah. I usually do. I get a comprehensive panel. The reality is you're not going to see much difference there. I really don't. But sure, do it just the things that you want to be looking at: your sugar level. You want to take a look at your cholesterol level. You want to take a look at the triglyceride level and the good cholesterol level, because those things are really going to change, and all for the better. You're not going to see much of a change in your liver, maybe in your kidney function a little bit. Maybe in your liver function if you happen to have a lot.
My liver was like borderline out to my ALT and AST were, just right on the top. Yeah. NASH, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or fatty liver disease, if you will, within the next 10 years will be the #1 cause of cirrhosis in the United States. It's overtaking both hepatitis C and hepatitis B, that's the small one in the United States, but hepatitis C and alcohol as the #1 cause of cirrhosis. So, wow. I mean, this weight is not innocuous. This extra fat is really damaging the body. And yeah, I can keep pointing to all these little different things, but look at the big picture. Oh my gosh, it's doing so much damage to the body. And the reason is because of these interleukins, the inflammation that it's causing. So one of the organs, obviously, that inflames is the liver. The liver is in a enclosed capsule, Goethe's capsule. There's not much room for it to expand. And of course, you've got these fat cells in there just cranking out these interleukins, and it literally causes the hepatocytes to become, to become inflamed, to disintegrate, to dissolve. It's bad news. It's destructive to the hepatocytes. So then we release the enzymes, and our enzymes go up, and it's you're heading down a bad road. Well, mine will be great now, I think.
What's that?
I think mine will be good now.
Well, here's the thing. So how can you treat this NASH, or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or fatty liver disease? There's really only one way, and that is to lose weight. There is no other thing. There's nothing else you can do. At one point we were prescribing metformin, which is something we would give diabetic patients as a method to try and alleviate some of the disease caused from NASH or fatty liver disease. It doesn't really do anything, though. There's only one thing that you can do, because you can't go in there and suck out the fat cells from within the liver. The only thing you can do is lose weight, but losing weight produces a dramatic change in your liver function, and you'll see that your ALT level will plummet. It's really exciting. It's really good. I mean, if you've got that, there's certain things that are dramatic changes. Somebody who has NASH, you're going to see a dramatic change with weight loss. Somebody who has apnea, who's reliant on a CPAP machine, dramatic, extraordinary change. Something that you can't even, I mean, you will change how you feel in every aspect of your health just by losing weight, much more so than you could ever achieve using this big, bulky machine that keeps people awake at night.
I was top of normal range. I'm not like out of the roof, but I think it's going to come down to a comfortable. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're going to love it. And you know what? Go ahead and get those labs. It'll be great fun, hearing just exactly how much better they are. I'm excited. So no